meant to say this, I accidentally cut it off. But I want to come back here. I am going to go and fuel up in Barnet station. Um, and come back and camp down here. I'll pay the fee, I don't mind, well, I do mind because, I don't know, I'm feeling really back now because I'm going to go up, it's only 30 k's up, I'll go and get fuel and whatnot, and I'm going to come back here. But it's just, the level of control of everything is just like crazy. Yeah. So anyway, the woman took a photograph of my vehicle. So we're already, and it's like when I was at, was it Monkey Maya, and the drones came round. So I had to move because they were circling me. Yeah. And they just circle you to get, until you get the hell out. But I don't know whether they're going to get any repercussions from that. But we'll find out, I guess. But they know what I'm driving, and, all the station owners know each other, and they're going to, know my vehicle. And because it is a bit of a standout vehicle, like it's an old Land Rover, like you don't see very much of. So, and those people keep making a fuss that I'm a woman by myself camping out. Like, to me that's no big deal, right? But, oh, aren't you scared? No, I fear no evil as I walk through the shadow of death. This is a pretty lovely shadow of death, right? But, Hang on, I'm just climbing down these rocks. But yeah, I think I've got to come back here. This is beautiful. I don't know what it's like at Barnet, but they want to all camp in one spot, you know what I mean? And be up each other's bums, you know what I mean? And there was a young bloke that was sitting at the other place I was yesterday. Actually, he camped there too, I don't know, but he was in a different spot. So I don't know whether he moved on after the helicopters or not, but I just left. So, but anyway, he's sitting there on his own. He actually said it looked like he's in a bit of a low time and looking for space, and he was. I just made some general conversation with him, and he was saying how there's nowhere you can go where you can just be. You know what I mean? There's always someone in your face. So maybe it would be worse if they didn't have all this control on those places. You know what I mean? But it makes it sort of unaffordable. Like you drive and you're paying heaps of fuel. Like what was it, $2.89 or something a litre up here, and it's all the stations that are charging that, and then to charge for camping. Now, what was it that the other place? The lady there was actually really good. She let me get away with a couple of nights because I didn't have cash, I only had my card, right? But I still paid $17 and that's just for the day, right? Pay $17 to go to the park in the day per person, right? And then, so if you've got like a family, you're paying for the family, and then another, what was it, $20 per person to camp out in nature. You know what I mean? Look at this. So I'll turn it what I'm walking around on. So with that cost, if you're doing that every night, you know what I mean? With all these high prices of fuel, and so you've already spent all your money on your self-containment, you know, like your mobile home or whatever you are travelling in. So you're already paying for your own accommodation, you know what I mean? I want to get down here and these lilies. I know you can eat the roots of the lilies, so I do want to come. Wanted to do it down there, but obviously I had to leave. But I could do it here. Try out the roots of the lilies. You know? I'm going to do that. Might make a video of that. So anyway, so there's the dilemma. So the other thing is, like, for me, this is my homeless alternative, you know, just keep moving, right, keep moving. I'd rather be camping out in the bush than, you know, being in the city trying to camp in a car park or something, you know what I mean? This makes much more sense to me. So I try and spread my money out so that I'm camping freely for a certain amount of time, because if you're paying all those fees as well as having to keep moving, paying for all the fuel, it's like the cost just goes like over the top, right? So I try and find places there I can just, you know, like camp, you know. But it's been harder and harder to find anywhere to be without people coming down. So it costs you much. Like, it costs more to be out wandering than it does to actually have a house. And of course, this is my dilemma too. There's no affordability in any house. Or there is no houses anyway, you know what I mean? I think I've just gone, oh no, there is no houses. So, and when there is houses, they're just like, the cost is like crazy insane, right? And they're coming down more and more and more on homeless people. But then they say, oh, they were up that. You know, like, who wants to be, you know, like, if you can actually be independently sovereign, living on the ground, why not, right? But they don't want us to do that. And this has always been an issue with the Indigenous and people, what is it? It's illegal to be homeless now, I think. Don't know whether they actually made that a law. I think they've in America. You make it illegal, so therefore then you become a criminal by just being homeless. You know what I mean? I think it's like, if you haven't got, what was the old rule? The old rule was, if you had no coin in your pocket, then you could be arrested for vagrancy. Actually, my auntie, thinking of that, my auntie got arrested for vagrancy when she was like, I think it was vagrancy, yeah. Like when she was 15 or something, she ran away and was, you know, just running away from a bad situation, right? And ended up in Fremantle prison. This is a young girl, 15. Fremantle prison for vagrancy because she had nowhere to go. That's fucked up, eh? right? And put her in Fremantle prison. That's a men's prison. This is a young girl, 15. So, but anyway, apparently if you didn't have no coin in your pocket, then you're actually classed as a vagrant. I mean, fortunately I've got a bit of coin in my pocket, but, well, not on the literal sense, I've got a card. And actually that was my issue back at the other camp spot, is I didn't have cash. But, you know, everybody uses a card these days, right? Well, they had a card, but they didn't have it for what I needed it for. It was only like the day pass sort of thing. So I got away with that one. The lady there was really good. She was nice. That was at Windagina Gorge. Yeah, this one's called Owlcock. I kept friggin' calling them the wrong name. I don't know what the hell I get this name in my head, and then I was calling it Owltone. Like, I think that's my dyslexia coming out, right? But it's Allcock. Allcock Gorge is the one with the helicopters. I suspect that they might have been, possibly they might have been, I don't know, rounding up their cows or something. I'm assuming, well, I figured it was National Park with the, is it National Park? Yeah, well, it's a park. With the brown signs. It's a brown sign. That's National Park, isn't it? So, they don't have cattle on national parks, do they? So anyway, 2 helicopters, that's pretty extreme. I mean, one is bad enough, and to be swirling around the top of the camp like they were doing until, you know, like just kept going around now. It's crazy. Like they were trying to round us up, like the cattle. Anyway, they did, I guess. Round us up, out the gate. So anyway, I'm walking out of this here. Going to go to Barnet, and I'll see what the camp place is like there, but I don't mind coming back here. I don't mind walking down to the gorge. What did I say, 10-15 minutes to walk to the gorge from where you're allowed a car. But the actual campsite, it says on the sign there, you've got to go to Barnet, pay a fee to camp on the side of the road. Right, you know, like, because you know we're near the gorge, you're not paying to be, you know, down away from the road. It's just like a car park on the side of the road. So I'll see what their fees are and see what I'm going to do and see what it's like up there. But that's an actual caravan park, I think, at Barnet, so that'll cost a lot more because they have the water and showers. I think they do, you know, showers and shit like that. Some of them don't. They just charge you for a piece of dirt, that's it. You know, I don't want to go into it, but yeah, no, I'm not going to go into that. I'm biting my tongue here. All right. So anyway, look, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Oh, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, you can donate, like, because that would really help me out, like, on my travels, because it is very, very tight because of this situation. So you could actually make a donation on the Super Thanks. I'm not sure whether just on there it's pretty much because I had to close my online shop down because that was like sucking out too much fees and it wasn't doing anything. So I've shut that down for the moment. I've got this 2 years, because I've got a lot of stuff on there, you know, like, it's a bit of a shame, but I couldn't keep it up with all the fees to just have that open, you know. So anyway, I'll keep going, and I'll talk to you again in the next video. Bye bye.